Hey everyone, Dr. Charlie Johnson, physical therapist and back pain specialist. In today's video, I want to talk about the telltale signs of a disc herniation. So a lot of people believe that they need an x-ray or MRI to tell if they have a disc problem, when in actuality, we know just through a lot of research and experience of just working with thousands of people with back problems that we can tell it pretty clearly without needing one, which is great news. I had a woman call me the other day who bent over, picked something up and said, "Hey Charlie, do I have a disc herniation? What's going on? What could be the cause?" And I walked her through and asked her these questions to determine whether or not these telltale signs were present. So with that being said, I have a little diagram here, a picture that you're looking from the spine, looking in a side view. These would be like little spikes on the back. And we know right off the bat that the most common level of a disc herniation is L4, L5. The disc is between those two bones or vertebrae, so these are the bones. And then we have the spinal cord right behind the disc, as well as the nerves. I drew that in red so you can understand that. And again, L4, L5, most common level. And right off the bat, 80% of back problems are estimated to be due to disc herniation. So automatically it puts people at a high probability of that being the problem if they have back discomfort. So that being said, let's walk through the telltale signs. So the first one is that these people have central lower back pain. So they have pain that goes across the lower back pain, or the lower back, from often right to left, but sometimes can be one-sided, but across the level of the belt line. They're generally a little bit younger, so less than 50 when their back discomfort starts. We know that there's a little bit more disc material in younger folks than when you get older. You have less, say, water or fluid-like substance within the disc. The disc kind of, quote-unquote, dries out a bit, so a little bit younger. The third thing is that these people often bother or hurt their backs when they are sitting for a long time, if they take a long drive and then they try to get out of the car, when they bend over, if they lift. And it's always like bending over to feed the cat or something silly like that. That's not the thing, even though that is the thing that causes this person to have back pain. It's often something that happened before that led to weakening of the back. So sitting, driving, bending, lifting, twisting, whatever. Another thing is that they can't stand, literally, going from a sitting to standing position. So if they spend any amount of time bent over, or, leaning over the sink, washing dishes, again, a long car ride, and they go to stand up, it's super stiff and it leaves them hunched over as they try to move and walk. And then, once they can stand for a while or walk, then they feel a bit better. They can kind of walk it off. Another thing is that they feel most stiff in the AM or morning. And the reason is because disc pressure is highest first thing in the morning hours, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Often causes people to wake up, and when they try to roll out of bed in the morning, just getting up, they have a really hard time doing it. So get that throughout the day. These folks, right, we have gravity on us throughout the day, which kind of causes a little bit of compression or height loss. And then when we lay down, just like a sponge reabsorbing, we know the disc is filled with about 80% water. The disc actually kind of plumps up 3, 4, 5 in the morning. You've been laying on your back for a while, and then when we go to move and put weight through it again, bend over to put our shoes on or socks on or whatever, boom, ow, really hurts. And then another thing here would be sciatica. So we know that the number one cause of sciatica is a bulging or herniated disc. Why? Because we notice here, if there's any type of, the disc is right in front of the nerves, there's any type of bulge or herniation, it can put pressure on that area or that nerve and cause pain, numbness, tingling going down the leg. And then the final thing, the 8th telltale sign, we'll call it, would be some type of shift. So, these folks, they bend over and then they try to stand up, or maybe somebody tells them, or they look in the mirror and they're just crooked. So their shoulders, they're hunched forward, their shoulders are one way, their hips are the other way, and we call this a lateral shift, or basically you're shifted. And this is a strong telltale sign of a disc issue. So this is sort of what I walked her through, just so you can get an idea of the telltale signs of a disc problem. So like, share, comment below. Again, an MRI or X-ray is usually not needed. Instead, we know that these are the classic telltale signs, and just through a good history and spending some time building a relationship with folks, we can tell if this is actually the issue, and then we can figure out what to do from there. Call 484-552-3767 for anybody looking for natural relief. Thanks.